But like I said, when people were complaining about that Obamacare and how it became like enacted into law. Yeah. The Justice Roberts guy, everybody's like, wow, I can't believe Justice Roberts, a conservative, said that Obamacare was constitutional. And it was. What it is he like in his opinion, he said, Obamacare isn't for the people of the United States of America. Obamacare is for the citizens of the United States, not for the people.
Right.
So if you don't know the difference between the people of the United States of America and the citizens of the United States of America, that's not his damn problem that you don't know the difference.
180 degrees off from each other.
Right. Like it's right. So one is for, he was saying, Coca-Cola could create an insurance policy for their members of their family, for their members of their company, for their employees, for their citizens. That's fine, because that's a citizen. It's just a member of a family. Yeah. That's fine. Do whatever you want for your family. It's not unconstitutional, but don't think you're going to do it in the name of the people. The people have nothing to do with it. But the citizens, yeah, sure, you can do whatever you want to the citizens. You can do whatever you want to your child spanking.
It's voluntary.
Right. If you wish to be a citizen, then he can make business for you, because he's Daddy Obama. He's the daddy.
That's why you brought up. Man and woman is very important to be a man or a woman.
Right. And you agreed to play by the rules. If your daddy wins this time, you listen to your daddy. If somebody else's daddy wins, well, you listen to that daddy. If you want to be a voter, go ahead and vote for a daddy. You need a daddy, go get a daddy. You need somebody to lead you, God bless you. I'm okay. I don't need no daddy. Thank you anyway. I got this covered. Yeah. I remember in my life where I ever went to the federal government for help, and I said to the federal government, please help me. I don't remember one time that they said, yeah, here you go. Whatever you need, we're here to help. Yeah, right. And I asked, hey, man, the state took my kids. Can you help me? Don't call us up. Don't bother our office with that nonsense. We can't do anything to help you, blah, blah, blah. Go learn how to be a man and take care of this business yourself. That's what they told me. They said, there's nothing we could do for you. When you know how to act like a man in court, you'll be able to figure it all out on your own.
Yeah. If you go ask them for something, they say, here, sign here.
Yeah, well, no, they'll just say, we can't help you.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody go up to the feds or federal court or anybody say like that and just say, they said, oh, yeah, here you go. Here's all your dreams come true. No, I never heard them say, here's a blank check. Here you go. Here's all your problems solved.
They'll take from you, though.
Oh, yeah, they don't say, we print the money, we'll just make more. Oh, wow, bless you, forgive me that. Yeah, that's okay, we print the money, we'll just make more. Just like Greenspan said, on that, who's that man who died on NBC? The big Irish guy. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he said on that guy's Sunday morning show, he said, what national debt? What U.S. government debt? He says, I had my finger on the button. Chris Matthews, I think that, I don't remember his name. The man who, not Chris Matthews, another one. The man who died. Looked a lot like Chris Matthews.
Walter Cronkite?
No. He's an Irish guy. Big Irish guy, man. Oh, no. He was a Sunday morning talk show guy on NBC for years, man. He had a stroke, just before one of his shows and died. I'm trying to remember his name. But anyway, good guy. Good, just regular Irish guy, Boston kind of guy. And he just said, Greenspan just said, what debt? He said, I hit the button, we all go back to zero. He says, there is no debt. He says, what the hell are you talking about? Who do we owe? We don't owe anybody. There's no man or woman who's going to say we owe him any damn thing. Who's going to come here? What, some guy named Bob is going to say I owe Bob $18 trillion?
It was like Greenspan. There's a Greenspan YouTube where he says what got him taken out of office, Greenspan. He said something like there is no debt or something like that. We just print money out of thin air. It's still I looked it up about a month ago.
He didn't say he said that. He said that?
Yeah, he got taken out being president of the Federal Reserve for saying it.
Yeah, well, that's
Google Greenspan says something that gets him taken out of the presidency of the Federal Reserve. It was up last month. It was been up for a long time.
Because that's what I tell people, to look for it all the time on the internet. I said, you'll find it. I said, Alex Greenspan was on this man's show. I remember seeing it back in 1990, 2000, 2001, right around there.
Yeah.
And Tim Russett, that's his name, Tim Russett. See, I knew I'd get his name eventually. You're old enough, you probably know who Tim Russett was.
You're good at that.
Yeah, so Tim Russett says, asked him on a show, and he just starts laughing about it. He says, what $1 trillion debt? There's no such thing. He says, who do we owe? Some man named Bob, some guy named Bob's going to say, hey, United States government, you owe me $18 trillion, pay it up.
Yeah.
Who do we owe? Nobody. There's no man we owe. Who do we owe?
He said something like that, and it got him taken out of the...
Hey, whether he said it or not, I could say it right now. I could say right now we got a $100 trillion debt. Who is going to come to court and say the people of the United States of America owes me $1, or owes me $100, or owes me $1 billion?
Ain't going to happen.
No man is ever going to come forth and say, open up a court and say, you know what? The United States of American people, the United States of America owes me $100. Oh, yeah? How's that? Well, see, they're in debt. See, and they borrowed this money from me. That's ridiculous.
They can borrow from the United States citizens.
They borrow. Did they borrow from who? Not a what? They borrowed from who? I didn't ask you what they borrowed from. I asked you who did they borrow this money from? Who? From Bob Smith? Al Johnson? Who do they borrow this money from? Tell me.
Birth certificates, probably.
Oh, who? Not what? Who?
Yeah, who? Yeah.
And what? I said who.
Yeah, you're right.
Of course I'm correct. Who did they borrow this money from? Nobody.
Yep.
What they borrowed it from? I don't give a damn. They didn't borrow it from a pine cone for all the hell I give a damn. That pine cone makes Prince money, God bless him. The pine cone puts zeros and one digits on a computer somewhere and puts a whole bunch of zeros behind it. God bless that pine cone. I don't give a damn.
It's funny.
As long as that magic keeps happening, I don't give a damn how it's happening.
Yeah, I've come to that realization myself. I used to go, wow, man, this scheme is hard to wrap your head around. It's real simple.
It's real simple. Who do we owe the money to? Nobody. And the more and more you guys are starting to figure this out, the more and more you guys will start calming the hell down.
Yeah.
Stop saying, oh, my God, we're $20 trillion in debt. Oh, my God, this is going to, what's going to happen? Who's going to come to court and make a claim for that money to be paid? Who? Who's going to
If everyone gets this down, they're going to chill out and start living life.
Everybody's just going to mellow out and say, holy shit, this is a lot of fun. Except for the people who are trying to, suck the life out of people, like lawyers and judges and stuff like that. People like that who are trying to get people to lose their homes that they pay. They put $900,000 into on a $100,000 loan, and they're trying to take it back on, because they owe 2 months mortgage and they can't pay it or something like that. And it's like, wait a second, this guy just spent $900,000 keeping this place up for 30 years. You're going to take it away from him? What? $20,000, $30,000? Oh, come on now, stop. Without that man, that house wouldn't have been there. Stop trying to steal this man's house.
And they laugh about it.
Right. He put equity into this thing. He's entitled to a hell of a lot of it. Maybe he can't pay you back the last $20,000, $100,000, whatever, but you're going to pay him everything that he put into it. You're going to give him all that money back for the upkeep and maintenance of it for all these years. Well, no. When he put in a deck and a driveway and a pool, you're going to pay him for that? No. It's like, well, gee, that's just swell you. You're just going to steal from the man then. Well, if we get away with it, yeah. If he doesn't know any better, of course we are.
Yeah.
That's just insane. They know better.
Yeah, they know better.
When I bought a truck from somebody a year ago up in Pittsburgh, he was so excited selling me the truck because I didn't realize there was a mechanical problem with it. But he was so excited, I just gave him an envelope with money, and I said, "You count out, the $3,500." So he was so excited, he counted only $2,500, and I still was watching him count, and I realized he miscounted. So then I said, we signed the paperwork and gave me the keys and all that stuff. I said, you're very happy with the transaction? We're okay with everything? Everything's fine? You're all right? He says, yeah. He says, I'm happy as hell. I said, okay. You want to count that money again? He says, no, it's all here. I said, yeah. You want to count it again? And he counted, and it was only $2,500. And I said to him, I said, now would you like the $35 that we agreed on? And he's like, well, yeah, sure. It'd be nice of you. I said, you know, I don't have to give it to you. I said, but I will. I said, and part of me is when I drove it home from Pittsburgh, some man named Mark from Detroit. He's a nice guy from Detroit, I know, Mark. Trying to the Chaldean. He's a Chaldean, and like Persian. And he speaks, you know, their language. I'm trying to remember their language. Armenian, it's Aramaic he speaks. And he followed me home while I was driving a truck. Well, I drive trucks very, like, I guess, gently compared to Mark. And Mark drove it the last quarter mile of the way home from my buddy's shop. And he hit the brakes, and his foot went right to the floor. And when I got it home, I saw this man just rigged up the brakes just to make it down the road, but all the brake lines were rotted, and I had to replace all the brake lines. Now, I could have died on the way home from West Virginia. You know, I had to go over the West Virginia mountains, Maryland, and I had to come down into the valley. Sure. And this man sold me a truck here with some Jimmy rig nonsense in the brake system. You know, he just put a little piece of 2-inch tubing in there. And it was, since it was Pittsburgh, it was all salt rot underneath there. And he knew that the brakes lines had to all be replaced. Yet he sold me a truck.
Wow.
So yeah, I did the right thing, and I paid him the $35, and I could have just left, you know, and just said screw him. But then I'm thinking to myself, maybe if I said screw him and I kept the $1,000 in my pocket, the brakes would have went to the floor on me going down the mountain, and that would have served me right for screwing this guy out of $1,000. But now, you know, since I had bad brakes, you know, it didn't cost me too much money to get them replaced because me and my friend know how to do this for a living. You know, it only cost me $300, but still. You know, the guy should have been decent enough to say, look, man, you were nice enough to tell me about the money. I got to tell you the truth, too. You know, the brakes are shot. Be real careful on the ride home, okay?
Yeah.
I said, well, you could have showed me, like, look, it leaks from right here, and I had to put a piece of tube right here to just get me home one day, but I'd be real careful if I was you. And then he could have said to me, now, if you want to, you don't have to buy the truck. You know, I'll give you back your money. But see, some people just work that way. And that's what I try to say about, like, lawyers and judges like that. They know that you're getting a bad deal. They know they could jump up and say, hey, you know what? That's fine. You didn't object. You know, this is wrong. You know what? I'm going to step up and say, look, sir, the bank is going to take your house. You owe $100,000, $60,000, whatever. They're going to take it. Let me tell you what, sir. I'm the judge. Honestly, you must have paid how much money for upkeep and maintenance over the years? You know, $300,000-$400,000 in interest. You know, you made a lot of payments on this home. You know, you kept it up. You know, you paid all the taxes. You know, you're entitled to something. Why didn't you come back and make a claim for equity, or at least sweat equity, for the maintenance of the place? Because if you didn't take care of it for 20 years, it would have turned into a jungle. It would have been ridden by, you know, rats and raccoons and squirrels. It would have been destroyed if you didn't take such good care of it for the last 20 years and keep painting and fixing the roof and washing the windows. It would be a pile of dust by now. So why don't you make a claim for the least sweat equity, sir? I'm not going to let the bank walk off thinking it's funny and laughing while you're crying. You know what? This ain't right. And like I said, because I don't see judges doing that, and they know that's the right thing to do, but they're like, no, you know what, I can't help one side or the other. Oh, bullshit. That's still your fellow man. You know he's still being harmed. You forget the fact that you're a cop or a soldier or whatever. You're pointing a gun at another man.